Let's go, Biz. I hear the troubles coming from it. Death is at my doorway. Fear says I'm a parent.
Alright, here we're going to take a look at Evan's September 29th evaluation. Here you'll see him running full speed. We're going to slow it down to 50% speed here. Let's take a look. And what we're going to do as we go over this is we're going to start with the top of his body and work our way down to his feet. So we're going to end up stopping him pretty much right away, and we want to point something out after he takes about 1 or 2 steps. Stop him here, and you'll see you want to have what we call a drive phase, which is a good lean angle, but this isn't necessarily a lean, this is more of a bend. He's actually bending at the waist, and you can see how close his knee is from his head, which is a bad position. So what we need to do is get him to come off more of a lean versus a bend, and he's already offline. If you see that line that's supposed to split his eyes, he's way off there. This is going to cause some problems for his legs as we go further in the video. You'll see how that affects him going forward. Still bending, still leaning. And we're going to stop it right here. Okay, we're about 3 yards out now, and you'll notice that how disconnected his arm is from his body. It's sticking out, you know, 3 feet or so, 2 feet away from his body, and his right arm is coming across the chest. And again, his lean angle or his bend angle, I would say, is still a little bit poor. So we want to get him to have more of a lean versus a bend again with that. And we got to get his arms in an L shape and get those hands to drive all the way up to the eyes, and then driving the elbow back without unhinging the elbow. We're going to push him forward a little bit more and stop him again here. We're 6 yards out now, and you'll notice that because he's bending so much at the waist, he's actually forcing his knees down, and he has what we call low drive phase on his knees, so that they don't come up off the ground very high. So when they don't come off the ground as high as they should, you get a shortened stride. So it's kind of like one thing is affected, it affects 3 other things. So he's got a shorter stride than he should have. So if we can get that knee to come up, we'll be able to extend that stride out some and help him cover more ground quickly. I'm going to take him forward again and stop it here. And you'll notice here, he's striking on the outside of his foot, rolling in, as well as his heel. So he's got a lot of contact point issues with his feet. Should be striking on the ball in a more straight up and down method, bringing the knee straight up. Now you see how crooked his knee is. Now what happens is, because he's striking in this manner on the outside and flailing his feet out, it's causing a lot of pressure on the ankles, the knees, and the hips, and that can lead to an early overuse issue. So we want to address this part as soon as we can from a speed perspective, as well as a safety perspective for him and going forward. Alright, what I've provided here is just showing you what some of the best athletes in the world, when they run, what they look like. And you'll see here how relaxed his hands are and how hard he uses his arms in that L shape and driving that knee up to get that initial start. Now obviously he's not taking off from a block, but these are good fundamentals to practice. Here is one of the fastest men in the world, if not the fastest, Usain Bolt. And you'll notice here how his knee drive is almost parallel. He's coming straight up with his knees, straight down with his contact point on his feet, and striking right on the balls of those feet, and then pushing the earth back. And this is a really good way to mimic, because also his arms look really good there. Alright, we're going to take you forward and take a look at his vertical leap. He scored a 13, and the reason that this is an important drill is that the vertical leap and the standing broad jump, they directly affect the explosiveness that you have, or your first step speed. So we want to get him to have as high as vertical as he can and as big a standing broad jump as he can, and that'll help us with his push off and getting those first 2-3 steps so he can be quicker in lacrosse. Going forward again, broad jump, he scored a 4'8" jump, and we want to work on this to get it up into the 5s. And that vertical leap was a little low as well. We'd like to see that probably be at least in the 15, 16s minimum. So we got some work to do there. And I think once we teach him how to use his body properly and help build some strength with him, he'll be able to excel quickly. Last, we're going to take a look at his lateral abilities, his ability to move. Now you're going to see him stumble here, and there's a good reason for that. It's because he's turning his hips out now so he can clear his feet, but he basically gets his feet across each other. If you see here how that left foot comes across the right, and that's what caused him to do that. So we're going to work on some technique issues there to help him out with his lateral speed, and that'll help him be quicker and a better defender as well. Alright, push-ups 20, sit-ups 13, plank time. We really need to work on his core strength. It's really lower than we want it to be by far, so that's going to be one of the main things we work on. His 10-yard time was 2:17. We like to get this down into the high ones right away. His lateral needs to come up at least 2 reps, and the main thing that I noticed on him is flexibility. He's not very flexible at all, and that's going to help him be faster and stronger if we can get him to stretch more. We'll work on it with him at the gym, but he'll also need to practice some things at home, and that's going to that'll be a big benefit for him.
I ain't seen him